Hello, everyone. How is everyone out there in the world today? Poleshift alert. Popping in, popping on, popping off. Right? We're going to be doing a lot of all three. I heard you miss us. We're back. I want you to take a look at a little something. Okay? Take a look at that. See that? Okay? See this? See this right here? Okay? That right there is the top of Earth. Okay? Oh, wait. That's my chair. That. Okay? See, where's my finger? Oh, wait. Okay. Hi there. You're on Poleshift alert. What's up? Some people like to do Reiki. Not me. Take a look at this graphic. See this weird line here? Okay, we're going to discuss this line right here. But first off, I want you guys to notice what time I started my podcast. Okay? We're going to discuss this line right here. How you doing? As of April 1st, 2025 reveals an anomaly in Earth's rotation. The axial path highlighted shows a significant departure over the record spanning 2 decades. The blue path makes an unprecedented oval shaped tilt inward spanning 7 months. It made an anomalous quick hook inward, an unprecedented behavior. The path of Earth's axis rotation crossed over 10 years of circular rotations and now suddenly a tight oval. A major warning sign that something has disturbed the rotation and the tilt of Earth. Here's the chair. Okay, let me get the chair out of here. See the line? This red hook is unprecedented. Over 10 years of former rotations have never had this anomalous hook ever in the history. This is the top of Earth. This is the North Pole. So all this red hook is never been seen before in the history of Earth. Now, let's start talking about now, and let's rewind to April 21st. Are we not getting some crazy rain, some crazy weather, some crazy earthquakes, some earth splitting, animals fleeing? Now, I told you guys 7 years ago, 2 weeks before the lockdown, hey, everybody, get ready. You're getting ready to see martial law. I didn't have one person come on there out of the millions that started flocking to the Poleshift alert page that began 2 weeks before the pandemic. And through the pandemic, blew up. Nobody came on there and said, man, you're nuts. Nobody. I have hardly any naysayers. Everybody believes the information I'm telling them. It comes from a mountain of research. Everything I'm telling you, I've triple verified. Does this look like clown work to you? Except for the chair. Okay? That looks a little like a clown show. Take a look at this. Does this not look like legit stuff to you? This is why everything's so cray-cray. This is the reason why Yellowstone's acting up. This is the reason for the 7.4 earthquake, the 7.5 earthquake, the earthquakes in Japan. It's the reason for the rain. It's the reason for the tornadoes. It's the reason for everything, because Earth's orbit has shifted over a 10-year span in 7 months and done an anomalous hook at the end, right there, an anomalous hook. Now, what does that hook mean? I don't know. Maybe the North Pole wants to go fishing. Needs a hook. I don't think so. I'm going to go ahead and say that what I said all along from 7 years ago, when no one was saying it, when it was not in vogue to say, that we're having a pole shift. You know how much money they made off of you guys telling you that it was climate change, global warming, let's put up these dumb fans, let's put up this dumb stuff. All that was a money grab. They all did that so they could grab money so they could all build down below. Now, I don't have to tell you about animals, okay? You guys are smart individuals. You know that animals dictate the behavior of what is going on under their feet. And if you aren't going to sit here and tell me that animals aren't going Looney Tunes right now, then tell me what you would assume that you would call it. Now, we've clearly all seen the imagery of the two orbs in the sky, which is the reason for this is because of the orb in the sky and no other reason. The same reason as every time there's ever been an extinction level event on Earth has been because of this same orb in the sky. Now, let me rephrase that. Orbs. There's 7 orbs in the sky. 7. Not 1. 7 planets and moons. Go to Poleshift Alert X. Try not to look at the phony numbers, okay? The biggest lie ever. It's the biggest website ever built by man. Now, when you're over there, you're going to see some stunning information about the pole shift that I literally take pictures of every single thing that I do because I will not be denied. I'm not going to have somebody say, oh, I was first on this. Oh, was you? Let me go dig up that tweet from 19 years ago and prove to you that I was first. We can do this all day long. I have the photographic and video evidence of every claim I make. Not out here to gain fans and to gain friends and to ask for gifts that I wouldn't get even if I did ask for them. So, what I'm here to do, specifically and quite frankly, is try to explain events that you're seeing before your very eyes. They don't want to tell you that in Mount St. Helens, when the Earth started rising, which causes what? Cracking. Like in Idaho, for instance. In Wyoming, for instance. In Nevada, for instance. All the way in Arizona, it could be cracking and there could be puffing of smoke. Thank you. I appreciate that. There are a lot of things that could start happening as a result of a volcano going off over here. One volcano over here is connected to the volcano over there, is connected to the volcano over there. Now, I don't know exactly how they're connected. It's not like they're connected like the veins of a tree, but when one gets shook up, the other ones wake up because their other ones are getting shook up. That's just kind of the way it works, from what I've been told. And I think if anybody's read the story about the pole shift, the previous one, oh, you all have. You've all read the book of Revelations. Yeah, that's the story of the pole shift of Earth. Because that's what the rapture is a pole shift of Earth caused by our binary star, known as Jesus. Because our sun is God. Straight up. There's nothing offensive about saying that the sun is God. The Hopi, the Mayans, the Inca, the Assyrians, the Egyptians, and the Sumerians all said that the sun was God. And if the God chose to be the sun, why would that offend you? The sun gives life. Nothing could be here without the sun. What would be cooler than being a sun? Why would that offend you? So if the sun is God, and this second sun that's on the Japanese flag and the MasterCard logo is our binary star that does everything that Jesus is said to do. It causes rivers to run red. It causes 3 days of darkness. It causes animals, birds, and fish to die. It causes pestilence and all kinds of plague. It causes the downfall of man. It causes every single thing, including all of the religious symbolry. Crosses in the sky, ovals in the sky. I've got a Bible. It's got our binary star behind the head of God. It's the Son of God, S-U-N, not S-O-N. The rapture is a pole shift of Earth caused by our binary star. This thing's mean. It's huge. It's way, way bigger than Jupiter. And its outermost planet causes a pole shift of Earth every single time it comes by. That's the reason why this is going on right here. This massive planet with an iron nickel core is causing this massive hook in our orbit. Now, there's other guys that say things better than me, and there's a lot of guys out there that got all the stats and the coordinates and this, and they know how to say it in more perfect ways. Poleshift Alert ain't about any of that. Poleshift Alert is about basic information for basic people. I want people to understand that. I'm trying to talk to 5-year-olds, and I'm not suggesting that you are one, but I want anyone to be able to understand this information very clearly. This is not climate change. This is not global warming. You're being lied to. I'm being ruined over this information. I'm literally having every bit of my income removed and stolen from me over this. Everybody wants this information, but they don't really want the information. They want the money that comes along with it, which is a mountain of money. And now you see all of these people talking about pole shifts. You don't see any of them mentioning me. Now, let's talk a little bit about this cracking. More importantly, let's talk about Yellowstone. And then I'll talk about some other things about my shop. Things that you need right now. Like gas masks. And life vests in your car. Every one of those kids at Camp Mystic should have had a life vest. This is Poleshift Alert podcast episode 38. I was telling people in North Carolina long before there ever was a flood there to buy children's life vests, to buy the things that I'm telling them to buy. Let me ask you a question, because you're smart. You're not a 5-year-old. But even if you were, you'd be able to understand my words very clearly, because I'm not trying to talk to you like some bonehead scientist with some phony baloney plaque on the wall. How do you plan on breathing hot ash? Help me out. How do you intend for your daughter to breathe hot ash? Take your time. Is your daughter able to breathe hot ash? Is your son able to breathe hot ash? Well, I've got some things that can help save your life right there in my shop. Got all kinds of awesome gas masks that'll save your life if you're driving down the road and that thing pops off. And guess what else? You'll also be saved if a river decides to come to you, because you'll have life vests in your car, like I've been telling everybody to purchase. They're not for your swimming pool, man. The swimming pool's coming to you nowadays. Wherever Bobby and Cindy is, they need a life vest on them, on their person at all time. I don't care if they look like a clown in school or not. Send them everywhere they go with a goddamn life vest. Why wouldn't you with what's going on today? And it's because of this right here. You can see the hook that the top of the earth is undergoing because of this massive planet that everybody is filming in the sky. I let them film the sky and I talk about the pizza pie. Okay? I'm just here with the factoids, the pepperoni. Okay? You guys make the, the crust and I'll just throw all the cool stuff on top. Throw it out the door. That's what I do. I take all the information that all these people collect and squeal to me. Because they already know that I'm the man. They already know that I proved Alex Jones wrong and Sean Ryan wrong and Tucker Carlson wrong and Elon Musk wrong. And that we're indeed having a pole shift, just like I've been saying forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, all day long, all night long, all the time. Gas masks and children's life vests. MREs, meals ready to eat. This ain't rocket scientists. You ain't gotta be brilliant to figure this out. If your daughter goes somewhere, have her take a child's life vest with her. Tell her, if you see any water, honey, you put that thing on. Why not? You want her floating or drowning? I don't have children. Doesn't matter to me what you do. But if I did have children, I would most certainly have life vests for them wherever they went, including to a camp. And if everybody laughed at you, you can say, please do not. I want to be safe wherever I'm at. I don't know what conditions are going to occur that could create a unsafe condition for me. What is wrong with me having a flotation device in case I might need one? I'm sure a lot of people wish they had them. I've been warning people for a long time. Now I'm going to tell you guys some stuff. When the dome in Mount St. Helens started to rise, the eruption was 30 days later. Now, they don't want to tell you that. That Yellowstone could be within 30 days of erupting. Now, I hear some people on here claiming that this would be when a foreign country would attack us during a cataclysm like this. That's not going to happen. They would be hostilely treated by the entire world if they were to attack a country that was having a tragic volcanic eruption. No country's going to attack another country at that time. I find that a ridiculous notion. Here's what I don't find a ridiculous notion. I believe that they are fighting because of the pole shift. I believe that their entire agenda is population depopulation. I believe that they don't really care who's on what side of this or that or the other thing. They all have whatever interest they have, and they're going to use the time that they have left to try to enact these things. Meanwhile, we're being watched by galactic people who believe that we're a joke because of the fact that we're acting like a bunch of clowns in end times. And here's the reality. It doesn't necessarily have to be end times unless you want it to be. You know, Jeff Bezos was nice enough to give me an Amazon shop. So we have 200 survival products over there. We sell flour, ladies. Okay. Now, it's not as flashy as those cute little heels, and it's not as flashy as that cute little eyeliner that you guys got over there at the TikTok shop and stuff, but that eyeliner, I would trade that right now and those high heels for a pair of combat boots and a life vest and a gas mask right now. Somebody said, hey, what would you rather have me buy you, that new Burberry purse or a gas mask? I'd say, honey, I want to live. I want a gas mask for my car because I'm not capable of breathing hot ash. I mean, how basic is this? Am I speaking Greek? Are you guys Latin? Now, I know that TikTok owns China, or China owns it. It's not only Chinese people. Do you guys understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? We're having a Poleshift, man. Poleshift. Get ready. Girls. Flour. It makes bread. Yeah. You know that stuff when all the guys take you out and they feed you that stuff and it comes in a loaf? That's called bread. That can only be made with this stuff called flour. Yeah, it doesn't have glitter in it. Doesn't make you look cute. Boringest product ever. But I sell it. You know why? Because I'm trying to get it through your head, ladies, that you need flour. Speaking like two 5-year-olds, put down the makeup, put down the high heels, put on the combat boots, grab some flour. Sarah Connor. Okay. Not the chick from Sin City or Sin in the City. Not that one. Okay? Why are no news agencies speaking of the mass exodus from Yellowstone? Animals are bailing. Idaho's splitting. Now, if you go look at previous maps of the United States, you can see that there are lines running down the United States that go like this, like a major earthquake had popped off in this area in the past. Well, if a caldera that is full of 6 miles by 7 miles by 30 miles deep of ash goes off, and the last time that it went off, there was 10 feet of ash in New York State. How, pray tell, are you planning on surviving that without a gas mask? Yeah, you're not. You're going to die. After about 3 minutes of breathing in hot ash, it'll turn into mud. And we all know how easy it is to just sit next to a fireplace and just breathe in hot. You can do that all day. No, you can't. So it's time for us to start understanding that if the knee bone is connected to the ankle bone, and this volcano is connected to that volcano, and that piece of earth is connected to that piece of earth, and the earth stretches over here and the beach disappears over there, and then the beach disappears over there, and then water starts shooting out of a mountain over there. Well, maybe the earth is tilting. Maybe the water's doing whatever it does. I don't know the dynamics of it. And people are going to say, no, the earth is flat. No, the earth is square. Hey, I don't care if it's triangular, okay? I don't care if it's a hexagon. Why don't we say it looks like a snowflake? A hollow snowflake made out of gold. Who cares? Magnetism is going to affect any object, regardless of what shape it is. Only perfectly round marble objects get affected by magnetism. Why would I believe the earth is round, not any other? Well, because the sun's round and the moon's round. So the assumption would be that we would be. 2 and 2 adds up to 4 where I come from. So you can say whatever kind of, if you want the earth to be a hollow dime with George Washington's head on it and a butt of a donkey on the other side, then that's what it is. Okay? It can be whatever you want it to be. How about we say the sun is a big shiny face, big smiley face. Okay? Guys are nuts. So anyway, bottom line is Earth is having a pole shift. You're involved in the rapture. Your Generation Z. A, B, C, D, Z. What's after Z? The rapture is a pole shift of Earth caused by a binary star that comes around every 3,657 years. And every time it does, it causes a huge rip in the Earth. So Lake Superior, all these lakes, those 3 lakes were all different North Poles for 3,657 years. One Great Lake was created, then the next, meaning that one of those Great Lakes is almost 10,000 years older than the other. They're not going to tell you the truth. They're not going to be legit. They're not going to tell you what is the truth. They're not going to tell you that we go through a reset, a pole shift. They call it a reset. They call it whatever they want. It's a pole shift. Now, you look in the Bible, and it says the seas parted. The only thing that could cause that is a pole shift. I mean, that's the first giveaway right there. What else could cause seas to part? No dude went out there and said, hey, man, check this out, bro. Check this out. Hey, lady, come here, man. I'm going to do something wild. I'm going to make the seas part, bro. Check this out. Nobody did that. It parted, and somebody was standing there, and then they told everybody, yeah, see what I can do. And they went, wow. We hear that from politicians all the time. Okay. Remember all the stuff they're going to do? They parted the sea too in the history book, not in reality. The only thing they're parting is the United States of America and our citizens, because they want us to hate each other so we don't go and help each other, because they want us all to disappear before the pole shift as part of Agenda 21. Now, we've got magma plumes coming up in Siberia. We clearly have magma plumes coming up in Yellowstone. My very serious advice to those who have any brains: buy some life vests for your children for all the time. Get some gas masks and have your children take them in their backpacks all the time. All you got to do is jump in a pool of water and you're cool. Jump someplace in a dark, deep basement, you'll be fine. But you have to have a gas mask in a volcanic eruption. You have to. You will not survive this event without a gas mask on your mother's life. Heed my warning. No gas mask, no live. I'd crank up the production of the old gas mask company because they're going to be selling like hotcakes. I probably won't sell a one, but they'll sell out of TikTok completely, won't they? Gas masks, good ones, for various reasons. Okay? Get some gas masks. Get your kids some life vests. Buy them a Snickers bar, okay? Before they take all the dye out. I'm just kidding. I love Donald Trump and all the stuff they're doing. Yeah, well, you know what? Doesn't matter what anyone thinks of me, my page, my Poleshift alert. It's not your website. You can go create your own thing. Maybe I'll stop by and criticize you. But most likely not. I'm not that type of a person. I like people. The reason I'm telling people to buy gas masks is because anyone knows that if a massive supervolcano, unless they're brain dead, go right now and look up the volcanic eruption that's in Nebraska from Yellowstone. There's a place that they saved that's got all the ash from the previous eruption. You will not survive if you are in the jet stream. You will not survive in Chicago. I'm sorry. With all that ash coming down, this ash turns into mud. If you think that you can breathe mud, go jump in the mud and stick your face in there. You can tell me you can breathe. Because that's what happens with the volcanic dust. It turns into mud in your lungs. And you can't get it out. And you lay down and you suffocate. That's why you must have a gas mask. 30 days it was when the ground started rising before Mount St. Helens went off. Animals are fleeing Yellowstone. Is it going to pop off? I don't know. Maybe Siberia is going to pop off. Maybe Mount St. Helens is going to pop off. Any one of them could pop off. The point is, maybe you never need a gas mask. Maybe you never need a life vest. What if? I'd probably just have them. I don't have them yet. I need to get them too. But, basically I don't really make a lot of money because they bury conspiracy sites where I probably couldn't sell anything to anyone, no matter how hard I tried. I could come knock on your door and not sell stuff. So it doesn't matter whether you get them from me, Poleshift Alert TikTok shop, or my Amazon shop. We're proud to be there selling flour. And, maybe at some point, some girls could Google that and find out what that's for. And maybe they could understand, wow, maybe I need to start learning how to use flour and do stuff with it. It's not for making cups. It's not clay. It's actually so you can eat stuff. So yeah, I know not a lot of, women, they don't really know how to cook or do anything. They look cool. They know how to dance, but I'm not going to really want entertainment after the pole shift. I'm going to probably want some chow. So hopefully you'll have some flour. Maybe we'll have a life vest, and maybe we'll actually have a gas mask and we'll actually survive it. And those people that don't, we'll laugh at them as we walk by. We'll go, look at those guys. They didn't listen. Check them dudes out. That was the dude that was laughing on the internet. Yeah, he didn't pay attention. You always see that in The Day After Tomorrow and all these movies that specifically talk about things that are going to occur. like the day after tomorrow specifically was about the Earth's water flipping directions in the ocean, which it just did. If you go on Poleshift Alert X, you can see a lot of really cool content on there. If you go on Poleshift Alert TikTok, clearly I've got what I've got on here. They made me basically purge all my info. I had a lot of really cool stuff up here. I had to take out about, I don't know, 50 or 60 videos, and didn't work. Nothing works with these guys. But at the end of the day, I don't even care anymore about that. Poleshift Alert also is on YouTube, poleshiftalert.com. We're everywhere. We're under your bed. And we're always going to be around. And we're going to tell you that Idaho's cracking because of Yellowstone. Africa's cracking because we're having a pole shift. Here again is the chart. We've had a massive hook in our rotation since this date, April 21st. There has been a massive, unprecedented hook in the top of Earth's rotation. This is no joke. This is no lie. These are facts. You can go look it up yourself. There's a massive change in Earth's rotation on the top. Pole shift. Pole shift. Okay? So, I don't know what's going to pop off next. I don't know whether Idaho's going to pop off, or whether Mount St. Helens are going to pop off, or Alaska's going to pop off and then the ocean's going to disappear, or whether the ocean's going to disappear like it just did in England. I don't know whether water's going to start gushing out of the side of a sand dune in Saudi Arabia and making it all green. I don't know which place is going underwater next. I don't know which place is having a tsunami next, but I do know that one is coming. One of everything, times 10. Everything that you see now is just the very beginning of the rapture. And many people have already lost their life as a result of this binary star. The Indonesian tsunami, the Japanese tsunami, all of the events that are occurring are all being superized by this thing in the sky. You can say it ain't real. You can say, oh, it ain't going to happen to me. It's going to happen to you. It's coming to your door. It's going to come quick. And it's going to be exactly like in Texas. You're going to have no warning. There ain't going to be no sirens. There ain't going to be no nothing. Because they don't want to warn you clowns. That's why I'm here. I'm warning you right now. I got 400 products in my shop. For those that don't even want to go look for what to buy, all you'd have to do is just go click, 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 and you're golden. You got what you need. You're at least ahead of the game. Stuff's going to come right to your house. Poleshift Alert Amazon shop. Jeff Bezos would not give me an Amazon shop unless I was right head on a nail. You know that Jeff Bezos would not have given Poleshift Alert its own Amazon shop unless we were too legit to quit. Okay? Poleshift Alert Survival Shop, Amazon. Poleshift Alert Survival Shop, TikTok. Whenever you're ready to buy some awesome products to save your family. Or you can go get them elsewhere. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to be your friend and try to tell you guys what I believe is the truth, that we are having a pole shift of Earth. The birds, the fish, the animals are telling you. They're squawking. The ground is shaking. It's shivering. There's weird things going on. Weird patterns in the ocean. It's a pole shift. It's upon us. Okay? There were 120 Noah's Arks. 120. Not one, 120. Okay? So there were a lot of Noah's Arks. There was a lot of stuff. Those little bags, those little Anunnaki dudes carried. They carried all the seeds to life, all the civilization building knowledge, all of the information that they would need to go out and be Masonic builders of civilizations. They carried the key, the structural DNA codes of all creatures to reseed planets and terraform planets with those devices that everybody thinks were purses. Those are terraforming devices for planets. These guys are very intelligent. They're hanging around right now watching us scrap with each other. And to tell you that the aliens are disappointed in us, boy, are they mad. They don't even want to help us. We don't even want to help ourselves. You know why? Because we've got groups of people on Earth, the elite, the 1%, that believe that they are somehow better than us and that we need to be offed. And they're going to do whatever they can to get rid of the riffraff. You. I'm not allowing that. Are you going to allow that? I don't plan on letting anybody eliminate me. I don't want them to do it to you. What's the easiest way to do that is for you to not be informed. Okay? So the best way for society to get rid of you is to just not inform you. If the power goes out and there's no groceries, in 1 month you're done. You're going to be attacked in your home by vagabonds, by people searching for food and water and assistance, and you're going to be on your own. How are you planning to deal with a cataclysmic event where there's no groceries? Do you plan on eating the Burberry purse? They look delicious. If I was going to eat a purse, it would probably be a Burberry. Maybe. I might eat that Calvin Klein purse too. That looks pretty delicious too, but I'd rather have some flour. Just saying. I wonder how many women have flour right now. That's a true test of womanhood. How many women have flour? And I'm not talking about flour. I'm talking about flour. Enough to cook for a tribe for 3 years. You have flour? They don't want you to have flour. They don't want you to know how to use flour. They don't want you to know that you need powdered milk and that you need powdered eggs and that you need MREs and that you need these buckets of food and all of these great products that we have. They don't want you to have that. Why would they want you to have what they have? That would make you equal. They don't think you are. So the knowledge to pass to you, why should we give that to them? We're not even going to tell them that the event's occurring. Why would we tell them to stock up and prepare? And anyone that does, we're going to financially destroy them for years. Ridicule them, call them names, make people think they're a nutbag. Do what you want. None of that matters to me. The only thing that matters to me is the gates of heaven. Okay? That's the only thing that matters to me. Can I stand up there like a man and talk to my Lord and Savior, whoever he may be, and say, hey, listen, I did what I could for humanity. I was a good man. All the way to the end, gates. Even though it broke me, I was hunted, treated terribly, surveilled, mistreated, ridiculed. All of the things that they want to do to you. When you knew all along this, like Epstein list, you knew that was never coming out. Come on now. That's like the JFK. That's like the UFO thing. They're never releasing this information. So for people to get all in an uproar about it is great because they're not talking about this. They don't want you talking about the Russia earthquake, the magma plume. They don't want you talking about the Japanese quakes. They don't want you knowing. They are memory hole in everything. They don't want you know when there's a flood over there, they're not telling you about it over there. When there's a cataclysm over there, they're not telling you about it over there. They're being they're regionalizing news. All of these videos that you guys have seen of this orb in the sky, they're everywhere. How many newscasts have you seen showing this anomaly? 0. And you know why you've seen 0? Because they're all in on it. The Democrats and the Republicans are across the hall from each other. You don't think they're in on it together? I'm in a rock band. I know all famous rock bands. They all know me. Dentists know dentists. Lawyers know lawyers. Bankers know bankers. Please, you're going to sit here and tell me that the Democrats don't know about the bunkers? They're going down there together laughing at us. They're like, you guys do this and then we'll do that. You do that and then we'll do that. Laugh, laugh, laugh. And meanwhile, we're the joke to them. We mean nothing to them. So don't buy gas masks if you don't want to. You're doing them a favor. Okay? There was no warning at Camp Mystic because they didn't want there to be one. There was no warning in Hawaii because they didn't want there to be one. There was no warning in Pacific Palisades because that's exactly the point. You don't warn somebody when you're getting ready to hook them up. Now, before somebody hooks you up, maybe smarten up. Maybe don't buy into hate. Maybe buy into common sense. Ask yourself in your bones if these animals would be acting and behaving this strangely if everything was A-OK, hunky ding dong. And if you don't know anything about the subject, then maybe research. Stop looking for high heels for a few minutes and check out migration patterns of elk, and you'll see that they don't migrate at this time of the year. Nothing migrates at this time of the year, man. These animals are going nuts because something beneath their feet is telling them to warn you. Okay? The animals are warning you. That's all I'm telling you. The animals are talking to you. I just happen to be Ace Ventura, Pet Detective 3.0. Or something like that. I love Ace. I'm going to roll out. Love you guys. You're the best. I'm the rest. Okay? We can't all be number one like you. We're just trying to keep up. Okay? Don't let them get to you out there, because you know they're going to try. Okay? Happy Sunday, all that fun stuff.